months of the silent treatment with my girlfriend, she suddenly tagged me in the group chat. This has gone on long enough, and honestly, I was over it anyway. Can we just make up already? I typed back. Are you serious right now? And just like that, everyone in the group started chiming in, trying to play peacemaker. Then she asked me, what have you been up to while we weren't talking? I glanced over at my wife sitting beside me 3 months pregnant and typed back. Taking care of my pregnant wife. 3 months before that, her childhood best friend Jamie had shown up in town to hang out with her. The first time I met Jamie, I could already tell there were no boundaries between them. I figured Jamie would be gone in a few days, so I didn't think much of it. But then somehow Jamie ended up as Wendy's personal assistant and stuck around. When I brought it up, Wendy just brushed it off saying it made sense to keep it in the family. But after that, the late nights and business trips kept piling up, and Wendy barely came home anymore. I stopped by HR 2 days ago to check the attendance records, and that's when it hit me. Those two had been joined at the hip the whole time. Every business trip was just the two of them, and the expense reports only showed one hotel room, a luxury suite. As I walked out of Wendy's office, Jamie jumped up from her desk by the door. She flashed me a big smile. Hey Ryan, you look a little off. Did you and Wendy get into it again? I wasn't in the mood to argue and tried to walk past her, but she stopped me and called out my name. Ryan, you're turning 30 next year. Stop acting like a little kid. The Rita Group is trying to close an investment deal, and it's been stalling. Wendy is already stressed out of her mind, even if you can't help. Don't go messing with her focus right now. I frowned slightly. I looked her dead in the eyes, Jamie. This company is something Wendy and I built together. She may have hired you, but I can just as easily fire you. Jamie blinked, clearly not expecting me to push back that hard, then said with a hurt look, I was just trying to help you. If you don't want to hear it, that's fine. But why are you threatening to fire me? Wendy stepped out of her office. Her tone was cold. Who said anything about firing anyone? Ryan, she grew up with me. She doesn't know anyone here. How can I not look out for her? I almost laughed. Jamie is almost 30 years old. Does she really still need someone to babysit her? I took a deep breath. Wendy, I'll give you one choice, she goes, or I go. Wendy looked annoyed. Ryan, don't make a scene. I stood there in a daze, trying to remember. The last time she'd called me by my full name. Ryan, are you seriously misreading things between me and Wendy? We're just childhood friends. That's all. Jamie looked over at Wendy with a pitiful expression. Wendy, don't fight with him. Because of me, I can find another job. I'll even leave the city if that's what it takes. Wendy didn't even try to hide how much that hurt her. She grabbed Jamie's hand and started comforting her. I let out a bitter smile, turned and walked away. Once I'd finally pulled myself together, I took out my phone and called home. Mom, can you let Grandpa know I'm willing to go through with the arranged marriage? My mom sounded thrilled for a second, then caught herself. What about that girlfriend you've been with for years? We want you with someone compatible, but we still want it to be your choice. She's gone, I said flatly. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. Mom didn't press for details. She just said think it over for another couple of days, even though Grandpa handpicked this match for you. And her family and ours go way back. This is still a big deal. Mom just doesn't want you to rush into it. I'm not rushing, I told her. I've already made up my mind. My sister had accidentally let it slip when we talked on the phone yesterday that the family was running low on cash, and this marriage was the best way out. All these years, the family never once pressured me. After college, my dad wanted me to come back to DC and learn the ropes, and then eventually take over the family business, but I was head over heels. I got into a huge fight with my dad over Wendy and refused to leave the city. To prove I didn't need the family money, Wendy and I started a company together. We'd drink until 3 a.m. just to close a deal, but in the end, Wendy still wasn't faithful. All I got out of it was a wrecked stomach that needed herbal medicine. I looked back at the office building as I walked away, a sad smile on my face. Wendy, I gave you the chance to choose. You didn't take it, so I'm done with you. I went home and sat on the couch for a long time, thinking back to when things first started going wrong with Wendy. It had actually been about a month ago. Every time I brought up my suspicions about her, and Jamie, she'd say, you're overthinking it. I just see her like a little sister. That's why I look out for her at first. I actually believed her, because the way Wendy treated me felt genuine, and I never doubted she loved me. Then, one night, at a friend's get-together, Wendy had too much to drink, so I went to pick her up. Her best friend was just as wasted and ended up letting something slip. Wendy and Jamie grew up together, and before Wendy started dating you, she actually confessed to Jamie. But Jamie turned her down. Those kinds of feelings don't just go away. Wendy got with you mostly because you smile a lot like Jamie. The herbal medicine pot beeped, and I snapped back to reality. I downed the bitter brown medicine and looked around the apartment I'd put so much effort into making a home. I marked off the calendar 14 more days, and I'm out of here. I could only take so much with me, the rest I was throwing out. After hauling stuff down to the trash twice, I collapsed on the couch to rest. Then I saw Jamie's social media post, bold power CEO by day. Waiting in line to buy me cake at night, she said she wanted to make up for all the years she missed. The photo showed her and Wendy sharing a strawberry cake, and on Jamie's wrist was a couple's watch. I had the exact same one Wendy, and I had pulled multiple all-nighters to land the company's first major deal. That project put us on the map, and after we finally nailed it, we'd barely slept a combined few hours that whole week, but Wendy was on cloud 9. She dragged me to the mall and bought us matching couples watches. I let out a long breath, unclasped the watch, and snapped a couple photos, then listed it for sale. Wendy didn't come home again that night. The next day I slept in until noon, then headed to the office to hand in my resignation. Walking from the design department to HR, I kept getting congratulations from coworkers. I was confused when Marcus from HR yanked me into his office. Are you and Wendy finally making it official? I just stood there blank. Come on, man. We're way past that stage. You can't seriously still be hiding this from me. Wendy's going all out. Someone just saw a flower shop delivering to her downstairs. A whole trunk full of roses our Queen CEO is definitely about to propose to you. I was quiet for a moment. No rage like I expected, just slid my resignation letter across the desk to Marcus. I'm here to resign. Marcus's jaw dropped. Wendy's a powerhouse. She runs this whole company like clockwork. Makes sense for you to step back and let her shine. I'll sign this right now. I didn't bother correcting him, just watched him sign. Then he looked up and said sincerely, Ryan, as your friend all these years, I wish you nothing but happiness. I gave him a nod and told myself I would be happy, just not with Wendy. I paused outside Wendy's office for just a second, not from hesitation. I just hadn't figured out the best way to get her to sign without a big scene. I pushed the door open, the words I'd rehearsed. Never made it out because Jamie was already sitting right across from Wendy. I thought it was weird. The front desk was empty. Turns out she'd moved right in here. Jamie spotted me first and gave Wendy a playful tap on the head. Hey, Ryan's here. Wendy looked up quickly. I kept my voice even. Wendy, I need your signature on something, and handed her the folder. She was relieved I wasn't making a thing about her and Jamie's little moment, and relaxed a bit. You two look busy. I'll get out of your hair. Jamie offered to leave. Wendy opened the folder. Just as I was about to run through my prepared excuse for leaving the company, Jamie suddenly stubbed her toe on the desk corner and cried out, "Ow, that really hurts." Wendy immediately forgot about everything and shot up to go help her. I stepped in front of her sign first. It'll only take a second. Wendy frowned. Ryan, when did you get so cold? Does a piece of paper matter that much right now? Her mind was completely on Jamie, and she didn't want to argue. She didn't even bother reading what she was signing, and just scrawled her name where I pointed. That worked for me. I just wanted to get out clean and leave the city and put all of this behind me. Wendy rushed over to the couch to check on Jamie. Jamie shot me a smug look, but I walked out without a second glance. Wendy came running after me and caught me before I got to my car. Ryan, please don't read into this. There's nothing going on between me and Jamie. I just have a soft spot for her because we grew up together. I nodded quietly and pulled her hand off the car door. The panic in her eyes said it all. I went home and carefully wiped away every trace of myself from that apartment. Wendy didn't come home for days. She was on another business trip with Jamie again. Only 7 days left on the calendar. I was packing up for the move when Marcus called. Ryan, did you put the wrong address on a package? There's a delivery here at the office for you. You and Wendy ordered a wedding dress and it got sent here. It's a custom gown, man. We're talking 7 figures at least. I rushed over and opened it, completely stunned. My name was on the label, all right. But there was no way I could ever afford a 7-figure custom wedding dress. Had I been wrong about Wendy this whole time, had she already ordered the dress? Was she planning to marry me? Then Mom called, son did the dress arrive. Sophia Sue is really going all out for this wedding. I told her you'd be home in 2 weeks, and she went ahead and ordered the dress herself, and insisted on sending it so you could see it first. Mom was beaming over the phone, clearly already in love with this future daughter-in-law. Of course a Sue family custom gown is going to be stunning. Those people don't mess around. Just then, Wendy's voice came from behind me. After 3 months of the silent